gonna get on the window and it ain't killed.
It's always gonna be killed. It happened a time or two, but it's always gonna be killed. Yeah, as long as you did it. See, that junk ain't working right now.
Snatch it.
It was a good old time. You would look right on there too.
It's good to see you, boy. No, for real. It's good to see you smile, man. Why you holding that man shoelaces?
Dang, the stream ain't working, man. I was gonna buy them shirts. I ain't buying them. I especially see them in person. Yeah, they on the thing, but I was on the fence about them, looking at them online. And made t-shirt options I can go with that.
Solid group.
Yeah, then I keep underestimating how I done got bigger. And got some extra large, so it's fit different than others.
Yeah, you gonna have to get it 2X sometimes?
No, I'm talking about as an estimate. I don't realize how big I am.
That's right. You have to get it 2X in some cuts. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you talking about some cuts, and some cuts get bought online. It's no.
I know, but for me though, I always been big. You understand? So that always been skeptical. For me, like, I always felt like
it's in my muscle mass, because I don't feel like I don't got it.
I'm just saying, when you big with buying shirts online, it's hard. I feel.
I'm just saying, they don't drive money on. I'm just joking. What I'm talking about is, I'm bigger than what I wore 12 months. Matter of fact, I'm bigger than what I wore 6 months ago, and my baby is still signed. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. I underestimate how big I am.
You okay?
Because I don't know nothing about that type of stuff. No, she's talking about probably you. I thought you were asking out of that.
He said, ain't no man seen the Father, but the Son is in the bosom. He seen the Father. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, only the Son has. No human being actually has.
And we've seen the Father because we've seen the Son, or we believe in Him.
That's another thing I see, man. All these V-neck shirts, man. I'm not on that. I don't know what's up with that. Every time a Lacoste shirt pop up in the search, it's V-neck. But they're not deep V-necks. Like,
he's got a triangle instead of a circle.
Yeah, I mean, no offense, you know what I mean? It's not my thing.
Yeah,
it's not my thing.
That's my move.
Yeah, I mean, that's how most of them are, but that's not my thing. I don't like that. I never have. You know what I'm saying? Cool neck, man. Just like I said, man. You know what I'm saying? Around. I don't need no. You know what I'm saying? No. And then, you know, the homosexual connotations of these days and times. I'm cool on that.
The homosexual window.
Yeah, I mean, but in my times, that was an old man shirt. But like I say, they don't do it like that. I wouldn't even consider those to be V-necks because it's just a small, like a V-neck, a real V-neck. You see chest.
Mm-hmm. That bone.
Yeah.
Bone on the ridge. The bone is on the ridge.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean? I show you one right now. It's like it's a smooth shirt, man. He did way too low. I'm talking about too low for my taste. That's smooth now. That's too much of a V for me.
That is smooth though.
It's smooth shirt.
I like that shirt.
That's smooth shirt, man.
That's Johnny.
It's smooth shirt. It wasn't no V-neck. He could get purchased. Can't do nothing with him though. Well, some of y'all don't know, realize that the last hour and 15 minutes of last night didn't make it. Shoot. The stream strength clearly wasn't strong enough, and I didn't record it. I mean, it ain't the first time that it happened. It's somebody didn't record it on. It might do it again today. I don't know. That's outside the realm of my expertise. You know what I mean? But I might can revisit the parable of the talents, though. I wasn't planning on dealing with that. I was just asked about it earlier in the week. Some of the stuff that I mentioned to y'all, but the Proverbs 3 made me go ahead and just grab it and deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Most I wouldn't. We'll hit that Ecclesiastes 10 I was telling y'all about this week.
Did you ever finish the Samuel?
No.
The Samuel.
What Samuel?
I said that Samuel.
Yeah, but I'm going to have to do that. No. All I just went back on that was dealing with is that how Samuel, because this is what I've been talking, because Prayer called me and asked me about it. He said, what does it mean? He said he didn't know Yah, and he was working in the temple. And I'm like, he was a child. How could he know Yah? He wouldn't be able to understand who he was, what he's about, have any faith in him. That's what I be meaning when I say we sit down and talk to the kids. And we could talk to them about the word, but they're not going to know them. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the ability to understand, to actually take it and internalize it. You see what I'm saying? We'll just be shooting information out. Because of course Samuel knew what's up. Samuel is serving in the temple. But the text said clearly he didn't know Yah and the word of Yah wasn't revealed to him yet. So even though he was serving in the temple, even though Eli was probably teaching him the law, or probably teaching him the law and all of these things, he still didn't know him because he was a baby. You know what I'm saying? So it goes to what the writer in Hebrews wrote. Anybody that needs milk is a babe and is unskillful in the word of righteousness because he's a baby. There was no way that Samuel could execute any skill. He hadn't taken the word and actually used it. So he's a child, so he can't discern between good and evil. You know what I'm saying? Why he say desire the word so you can grow thereby. And that's why a lot of people don't actually be growing because they're not using it. So since you're not using it, you're not going to be able to determine that's good, that's evil. I'm not going to go in that direction or mess with this person or this, that, and the third because you're not using the word. You know what I'm saying? That's why people fall off. That's why a lot of people, like your mama always be talking about not growing in the truth because you're not using it, which goes into why you shouldn't be telling people not to actually keep what he says because then you're not going to know what's right and what's wrong. You're going to be going by what you feel is right or wrong versus what the text says is right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's where we mess up at. Because when you actually use the word, you can be able to identify, that person is wicked. Whether it's your mama, your daddy, sister, brother, husband, wife, children, you're gonna be able to tell it. Yeah, because you doing it and you using it, so you're gonna be able to determine it's no different if we look at it in a natural sense. Growing up as a child, they don't know anything. We like to say they're innocent, but the verse is saying innocent means they're ignorant. They don't have any life experience. So they not gonna know nothing. But as you get older and your life experience begins to grow, you can be able to determine, I don't want nothing to do with that. I done seen that before. Or you meet somebody and be like, you might have a different name, but I met a person like you about 15 times. And that's all it is with the word. Nobody say, what's your name? I ain't talking about name. You know about 15 people. I know 15 girls just like you. Ain't nothing special about you. You know what I'm saying? Only thing special about you, I can't even say that because most people don't realize that. That's why a lot of people have bad relationships. They pick the same person over and over again. Hello?
Hey, it's Trina.
What's up, man? Most people pick the same person over and over again, just with a different face. You know what I'm saying? They have the same mentality, same thoughts, same actions, and you think you get something different, and you stop. That's why people say this person is my style or my type of person, but that's what you like. Most people like wicked people. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You got people, if you look at it in a natural sense, if somebody's about making money, they like to be around people who are on that. You know what I'm saying? For it to being business people. Most people, if they liars, they hang with liars. You know what I'm saying? You attract what you like. Most people, you sit back and look at it, if you say you godly and you steady attracting ungodly people, then 9 times out of 10, you're ungodly yourself. You just know how to put on real well. Don't get it twisted now. Sometimes godly people make a mistake. Somebody can play the role real well. You know what I'm saying? But after you've identified that they are ungodly, then Just accept it and separate yourself from it. Most people who ungodly want to try to convert somebody to being godly to make themselves feel better about I got somebody to pretend to be godly. But that's what most people want to do is pretend. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, even though we don't do Sunday worship, that's what most people like. But even most of the brothers who know they Hebrews, that's what they like to do. Show up on the Sabbath and pretend. But when you leave from here, this ain't really what your life is really about. You know what I'm saying? I ain't said this in a while, I'm not remember saying. But I know, like, when we in the street, you couldn't talk about something you didn't live. So if you wasn't a robber or a killer or a drug dealer, you wouldn't get no respect for talking about a lifestyle that you didn't live. But it seems like when you get in the Word, it's okay for you to talk about a lifestyle that you don't live. And nobody has a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? Because in the streets, you'll get text for that. Oh, you around here talking about you a hustler, bro. Where your money at? I don't see you out here hustling nothing. And they're going to clown you, and you have to get from around here. But with the words, you can't judge nobody, everybody. What you mean? It's different if you not saying that this is what you own. But everybody says this is what I'm on. And everybody walk around and know, like, that nigga was good and drunk last night. You know what I'm saying? Well, I know the pastor sleeping with all the women, and it's no problem. Nobody has a problem with that. Right. The reason they don't have a problem with it because they sour too. Right. So I can't say nothing about him being sour because somebody gonna say something about me being sour. So let's just all pretend together. Yeah. And everybody comfortable with that. And it's no different with those of us that know that we Hebrews. They do the same. They ain't no different. They like to pick on people who in the Sunday church, but they do the same stuff. Matter of fact, they worse. 1,000 times worse. So a lot of them like to sit around and talk about how they want 4 or 5 wives, can't even take care of themselves. Hello? Hello? Can't even take care of themselves. A lot of them like to sit around. Some of them like to get drunk. Some of them like to beat on their women. Some of them be wife swapping. Some of them get multiple wives and turn them into lesbians. You know what I'm saying? Do all type of stuff. A lot of them like to lie. There's a lot of them like to sleep with other people's wives. You know what I'm saying? It's some of them that go from man to man. You know what I'm saying? And you see them, you know, they're supposed to be all modest, but they no different than the people in the world that they turn their nose down to, which goes to where the master. That's what the book means when they say somebody, because, you know, people like to say, oh, he thinks he's holier than thou. They don't really know what that means. When the text say that, he's talking about somebody who is committing sin and looking on other people who committing sin like they better than them. But it's all in the same boat. So he say those type of people are flame in his nostrils. He hate people like that. Because you trying to judge yourself righteous when you a hypocrite and you just as wicked as they are. And you look down on them. He can't stand that. You know what I'm saying? But you hear people throw that around all the time when somebody actually trying to change their life and make their life better than what it is. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he thinks he's holy, he thinks he's better than us. The reason why people feel like that, because if you actually walk in the Word, your behavior will condemn people who don't. That's why they hated the Master. Because he wasn't walking around acting like he was better than them people, but he wasn't living like them. And they knew that he wasn't living like them. So they hated him for that. Who this nigga think he is? He ain't sitting and stuff, and he calling me out for it. I'm going to kill this nigga. That's how they felt. That's why they killed him. Because they were jealous of how he lived. They were jealous of what he was doing. They wanted to be like him, but they didn't have the heart to humble themselves to ask him, show me how to be like you. So, and it's no different now. It's no different now. It's going to be like that to the moment that this man returns. Like it's not going to change. You know, people want to see. Most of our people feel like once we find out that we Israelites, that all of us just gonna come together and hold hands and sing kumbaya and everything gonna be sweet and gravy. And then when they start dealing with it, they find out that, oh man, it's worse than the Christian church. Whoever told you it was gonna be better? Nobody ever told you that. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I first started about 8 years ago, I was like, okay, this probably ain't gonna be like the church. Shoot, after reading the book and watching dudes, that went out my brain about 45, 60 days. I said, okay, that's not the case. It's going to be no different because everybody don't have it in them to live right. And everybody don't believe. And we talk about this regularly. You see in John 6 when he told the people to eat his flesh and drink his blood, a lot of them stopped walking with him after that. So a lot of people have it in their mind that everybody loved the Messiah and that everybody followed him. If that's the case, they wouldn't have killed him. You know what I'm saying? So clearly everybody didn't love him. Clearly everybody wasn't listening to him. And clearly everybody wasn't walking with him. You know what I'm saying? But we don't have that in our mind because of how we've been conditioned to think that everybody loved him and everybody wanted to be around him. But if he was walking around here right now, they'd take him to Mr. Charlie and kill him again. If he was staying for, they'd run him to Rick Scott, they'd run him to Donald Trump, they'd run him to whoever. Y'all got to kill him. Because he caused a problem. So these people over here ain't listening to us, and that's going to mess with the money that the government giving us, and we got to get him from out of here. You know what I'm saying? And nobody don't want to accept that because they want to believe that they would be the ones to love you. But we could talk about that a couple weeks ago. Like, you have it in your mind that everybody loved him, everybody followed him. I don't know what book they can read because the book don't say that. Everybody didn't even love Moses, and he the one brought him out of Egypt. They didn't love him. They were looking to take his spot, talking bad about it. You know what I'm saying? So I'd be like, shit. And that's what I mean on people don't actually, or they read it with rose-colored glasses on. You know what I'm saying? They seeing what they want to see, and they understanding what they want to understand. Instead of sitting back looking at that, if you really actually live this, you will be hated and despised and rejected by pretty much everybody. You know what I'm saying? And only the people not going to reject you is the people that's God. Another thing people got a misconception is that everybody belongs to him.
No, everybody don't belong to him.
No, not at all. And he don't want everybody either. You know what I'm saying? People don't want to. Most of our people leaders say, they tell you that, oh, if you know you were Israelite, oh, he loves you and he wants you. Ain't no book for that neither. There's a whole group of people like, yeah, I don't mess with them cats. He don't mess with them because he already know they're evil and wicked. But he won't smash them just because he already know that. He puts them in situations and circumstances where they can sword in front of everybody. Then he has a cause, I can kill you now. Because I just can't kill you because I already know in your heart you wicked. You have to manifest that openly. Then once you manifest that openly, then I can kill you. Because he don't destroy anybody without a cause. So he ain't gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna kill him because I don't like his haircut. See, he don't do that. That's what men do. You know what I'm saying? If Yah kill you, the Most High kill you, is because you had a pattern of evil, disobedience. That's his name. Shortened version of his name. See, most of them, like, they're translated and say Jehovah, but that ain't his name, though. You know what I'm saying? His name is Yah or the long form Yahuwah. We go between either one. To say you got Yahuwah or Yah, we just might bounce with. Yah just a shortened version of it. Of Yahuwah. Of Yahuwah. Yahuwah. Just a short version. That's his fault.
That's God.
And Yahushua, that's Jesus.
That's Jesus.
Yahushua, that means Yahuwah saves or Yahuwah salvation.
Okay.
So you got Yahuwah, that's God the Father, and you got Yahushua, or Jesus, who is the Son, which means the Father's salvation, or Yah's salvation.
The Son basically is, and the salvation was saving you from sin and death. See, most of our brothers who know who we are, they think the only thing he's supposed to save us from is being in captivity from these other nations. Because that's why we over here dealing with these people right now. Our ancestors entered into a contract with him. He told them, if you break this contract, I'll send you off to other people and they will rule over you. And since you want to serve other gods in your land, he said, I'm going to send you to a land that you can serve another people. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we over here dealing with these white folks. That's why some of our people dealing with them in Central and South America. That's why some of them dealing with them in Europe, because we didn't want to listen. We didn't want to follow. Basically, the same thing that we see now. We want to be like the people who oppress us. You know what I'm saying? Our people have always been like this. That's what I mean. It's small things when you look in the word and you see patterns of behavior. You can see you are that people, because you don't see Arab people trying to be like another people. You don't see white people trying to be like another people unless it's us. You know what I'm saying? Any other people that's trying to be like anybody, they're trying to be like us. You know what I'm saying? Asians and East Indians. They don't try to be like somebody who's over them. Like when the Chinese were being ruled over by the British, they didn't try to imitate the British. They tried to stay themselves. You look in the history of the world, we always tried to copy the people who are around us or over us. So then when you turn around and you look here in America and you look everywhere else we at, we trying to imitate these people. You don't see nobody walking around here trying to put blue contacts in their eyes, but black people. You know what I'm saying? Dyeing their hair blonde, wearing blonde, and then we get it up. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But you trying to look like the people who hung you from trees. and fed your children to alligators. You know what I'm saying? And beat your stomach till the fetus came out, and then stepped. Like these people were so sick that they came up with the word picnic as a means to pick a nigga, kill him, and eat a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really where it came. And I remember this in school. They showing us photographs. These white folks going to get their turn to sit there and watch them burn a black man alive. And then we turn around and want to be like them. Ain't no other race of people gonna do nothing like that. That's why all these other people look at us crazy. That's why Africans and all them, they look at us crazy. Because there's something wrong with you niggas. Because ain't no way in the world I'll do that. That's how they feel. You know what I'm saying? And if I put myself in their shoes, I wouldn't respect us neither because something got to be wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? But when we look in the history of our people, go through the word. The other nations had a king, we wanted a king. They sacrificed their children in fire, we wanted to do it. Everything they was doing, we wanted to do. So he said, you know what? You go ahead and serve them and let me know how that worked out for you. And that's what he did. That's why we dealing with it. See, those people don't know how he operates. See, how he operates is, if you don't want to serve me and it's stuff that you want that'll take you from serving me, he'll let you have it. But you can't have him at the same time.
So we know we're going to end up winning.
And he actually says that. He said, I'm going to give you over to your own heart desires, and I'm going to see what your end's going to be. Saying, hey, wait, how we do our turn? Oh, you want to do this here? Well, go and get out the house, and then let me know how that worked out for you. That's how. And that's another way. That's how you know he black. So white people don't do that. Yeah, that's just his pride. That's all it was his pride. That's the stuff I said, like when Peter said, when he told Peter, let me wash your hands and your feet. Peter said, no, you won't have no place to get my hands and my hair too. You know what I'm saying? That's black people move. That's black people move. All type of stuff, no matter how the master talk to people, black people move. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing, when you see it, you see how, he even said, we the only race of people say, I brought you in and take you out. And we can read that in the word. Because he said that in Deuteronomy 32, he said, I kill and I make alive. I brought you in, I take you on up out of here, it's not a problem. You know what I'm saying? And we don't even realize and see ourselves, we imitate what our God do because we come from him. We come from him, so it's nothing for us to do what he does. We don't realize it. Just like I say, like the name Yah, we put that in a lot of our children's names. Don't realize. Most of our people don't know that when they naming their kids and they have the word Yah in their name, that's the name of their God. You don't realize it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's still embedded in you. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things that most of us do that are in line with the word because he said this is the word of faith that we preach, like in Deuteronomy 30 that Paul quoted in Romans 10. It's in us. We ain't got to look in the sea for it. We ain't got to go in the sky for it. It's already there. It's just when you hear it, will that heart of faith be activated when you hear it. Most people, they don't get activated when they hear it. 9 times out of 10 because they lust override it. Because I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. And that's what people mess up at. It's always about what they want to do. It ain't never about what if his will would cause you to not be able to do something, would you follow his will or would you go do what you want to do? Most people are going to go do what they want to do. Like when he say, not my will be done, but thy will be done, most people will not live by that. Because this man was sitting here saying, I don't want to die. If it's possible, let this pass by me, but nevertheless, if that's what it is, then let that go down. Most of us will not live a life like that. I don't want to experience this or do this, but if that's what it is, then I'm going to do it then, and I'm going to do it with joy. Most people going to do it begrudgingly, and then he's still not going to accept it because you didn't do it from your heart. You did it because you felt like, I got to do it. So he's going to be like, I don't have to save you. And then when you talk like that, people are like, my God wouldn't do it. You don't know him. You don't know how he operates. That man doesn't play. He's hard, but he's loving, kind, and merciful at the same time, but he don't play. He don't play. And most people want him to play. Most people feel like he owes them repentance, that he's supposed to forgive you. He don't owe you that. Like he would be justified killing us on the first swing. But he don't do that. He give you an opportunity to be able to repent so you can be saved, so other people can respect it. That's what it says in Psalms. That forgiveness is with him that he might be feared. Fear just means reverence or respect. So he offers the forgiveness so other people can say, that's a man that ought to be respected. I ought to listen to him. You know what I'm saying? But we don't look at it like that. Because since he don't knock you off, like if, let's just say somebody went and cheated on their wife. If he killed them right then and there on the spot, other people sit back and look at, I might not want to cheat on my wife. But because he don't do it, people get it in their mind that I keep sinning me. And that's why people can't stop sinning. On top of people telling you that you always will do it. You know what I'm saying? But that's the funny part of me is people use on a natural sense that practice made perfect. But then you tell me if I practiced the word that I wouldn't be made perfect. If I actually practiced it. If I actually kept it. So you mean to tell me that I can perfect anything and naturally, but I couldn't perfect that if I set my... People tell you put your mind to it, you can do it. But you mean to tell me if I put my mind to this, I can't do this? No, you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? To it. So you can't do it. Don't try to put that on me. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing how they teach us. They're already teaching you to be a failure before you even start. So when you go into it, you're not looking to have good success in what you're doing because you've already been told that you'll never be able to stop. So you telling me I'll never have self-control. Oh, I can never stop lying. I can never stop lusting. I can never stop committing adultery. I can never stop doing this and never stop doing that. You're basically teaching millions of people no discipline and no self-control of a God who is of discipline and self-control. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, you could be like Jesus. See, but he stopped sinning because he's the only one who could do it. The book don't say that. You know what I'm saying? He actually said that everyone that is perfect shall be like him. So he ain't. Why would your God punish you for being able to do something that he knew that you couldn't do? That would be unjust, and a God I wouldn't want to serve. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna kill you for sinning, but you can never stop sinning. So then why would I want to serve him then? Because that means I'm fighting a losing battle I can never win. And that's what they be messing people up at. It's not hard to discipline yourself not to do things. People discipline themselves to go to the gym. They discipline themselves to get up to go to a job they don't want to go to. They discipline themselves for diet. You discipline your children, but you mean you can't discipline yourself? I ain't going for that. I don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? Some people believe it, that they can never stop. Some people know that they can stop. They just don't want to stop. It feels good. I like doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like I done heard some people say, you can't never stop being a homosexual. You can stop. I ain't gonna never say somebody can't stop being no punk or being no lesbian, because I know a woman who was a lesbian who stopped. So I haven't met too many dudes that I know personally that were homosexuals and stopped. But it's mainly because that perversity is so strong in their brain, they don't want to stop. And I know people who, even in, let's say, that lifestyle and regular lifestyles, they get so far deep off in the game of what they're doing that they feel like I can't get out the hole, so I just might as well just stay there. I know that from dudes in the street. They feel like I'm too deep in the game, I can't get up out of it, so I just might as well just stay out here. And all that is just, they feel like I done went so far out the way, ain't no hope for me, so why bother? And that's horrible. Only the adversary make you think like that. Because that's just, you done gave up. And you just like, you know what? I'm going to hell, so screw it. I might as well just enjoy myself and pretend like he loved me.
Pretend like I love him.
Yeah, and that's sad. Instead of just having the intestinal fortitude to say no more. That's what most people are weak. They don't have that strength to say, no, I ain't doing that. No, I ain't going that way. Okay, I went too far. I'm going to turn around, though. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all done went the wrong way on the road. You be like, okay, I'm going to turn around. Because clearly I'm going in the wrong direction. Most people don't want to do that. Because then that'll take some courage. Something that most people don't possess. You know what I'm saying? The whole word talk about that. Talk about courage. You talk about strength. There's certain things that all the people want to go in that church to do is sing to you for about 45 minutes. Give you a good old pep talk for about 10 minutes. Ask you for your money. You know what I'm saying? And after that, you don't spend an hour in here and you emotionally charged. That's why you only see women in there and not men. Because the men only in there to try to fool the women. You know what I'm saying? The Bible is a book of learning. So you're supposed to be learning. So that's why you don't see young men gravitating to it, because they feel like they're not learning nothing. So they feel like, why am I coming here? But this is where all the women at. So they come. And they'll pretend to be whatever that woman wants him to be. Then you have some young men that they sincere in what they thinking that they doing is right. And then women know that and they feel like this is the type of man I want, so they put the role on to get this man, and it's no different with Hebrews either. They do the same thing. It's no different. All they look at is she got some nice head wraps on. You see that dress she got on? She's a virtuous woman. Biggest slut you ever meet in your life. You know what I'm saying? Dudes know a whole gang of scriptures. Oh, he's a righteous man. I'm gonna marry him. The most low down, sorriest, niggerest person you've ever found. But you can't tell people that though. You can't tell people that though. You can't tell people that though. He know him, yeah, he know him. You know he know him. He quoted him to the Messiah. Yeah, you know saying? People know that. People know he knows, but they don't care though. We're going ahead and we got a little speech. We can do it. We got a lot. First Chronicles chapter 6 got 81 verses in it. We're not reading all 81. Because the bottom part dealing with the cities, I already got the mandate of what to deal with. Because I wasn't going to be able to do the people and the cities. Yep. I had to write some of those names down. We face the east when we pray according to 1 Kings chapter 8. That's praying towards Jerusalem, or the temple where he placed his name at. It's basically just praying towards him. Yeah. I'm turning it. Hold on, I'm turning it. You heard that. Listen. Leave that alone.
Righteous Father, you come thankful for another Shabbat, another day to gather your name and his word for the edification of our soul, the renewing of our mind, and the strengthening of our spirit. I pray that you allow word to come forth today to give us understanding, and we may go out and fight every daily battles of temptation, and go out and bring our hearts and minds in subjection unto your Son, that we might be saved, that we might live to the end and see your salvation, and see your throne, and see your esteem. I want you to group everybody, bless everybody in here today that's late today to get this word. I pray that you allow it to resonate in our heart, that we may be changed and be converted to be sons of Elohim. We add this blessing in the name of your Son, Yahushua, we pray.
How about this? All right, John 5:39, everybody.
John chapter 5, verse 39.
We give praise and esteem and honor to the Most High. Y'all by way of this son, I have no idea if this thing going to record it. Probably not.
It's already read.
It's been read the whole time. Usually it turned yellow. 39.
Search the scriptures. For in them you think ye have eternal life, and they which testify of me. And ye would not come to me that ye might have life. I receive not honor from men, but I know you, that ye have not the love of Elohim in you. I am come in my Father's name, and ye receive me not. If another should come in his own name, him ye will receive. How can ye believe, which receive honor one of another, and seek not the honor that cometh from Elohim only?
All right, that's good, man. First Chronicles chapter 6 and verse 1, man.
First Chronicles chapter 6.
What we've been doing lately is looking at a genealogy of some of our ancestors and then pulling out specific points dealing with some of them ancestors that have memorials. All of them don't have memorials. Go ahead, man.
First Chronicles chapter 6. The sons of Levi, Gershom, Kohath, Merari.
Stop.
And the sons of Kohath.
Stop right there. So now let's go to Genesis chapter 29 and verse 34. We just say the sons of Levi. Levi is one of the sons of Jacob. He had 3 sons, Gershom, Kohath, and Merari. So now we finna look at Levi's birth and then look in the law and see the birth of his sons. Now we're going to go to Genesis chapter 29 and verse 34. Well, what y'all did with little Mike, Lee? Huh?
29.
Chapter 29 and verse 34.
Verse 34.
Now if you pick it up at 31. Well, y'all dropped little Mike off like he ain't nothing. No. Don't do little Mike like that. You say he like the turn?
Yeah. Yeah.
29 to 31.
And when Yah saw that Leah was hated, he opened her womb, but Rachel was barren. And Leah conceived and bare a son, and she called his name Reuben. For she said, surely Yah has looked upon my affliction. Now therefore my husband will love me. And she conceived again and bare a son, and said, because Yah hath heard that I was hated, he hath therefore given me this son also. And she called his name Simeon. And she conceived again and bare a son, and said, now this time will my husband be joined unto me, because I have borne him 3 sons. Therefore his name is called Levi.
So hold on a second, man. Now Levi the third born son, right? Now what y'all find interesting when you look at these first 3 sons that she bear, what their names mean? You sit back and look at it, right? Say you got, he looked on my affliction, because I was hated, then I was joined to him. You know what I'm saying? So, how are we going to be able to sit, work this in my mind? When we sit back and you look at, give me Romans chapter 8, man. Verse 14.
Romans chapter 8, verse 14.
8 and 14.
For as many as are led by the Ruach of God, they are sons of Elohim. For ye have not received the Ruach of bondage again to fear.
Now you see that there, if you haven't received the Ruach of bondage to fear, that means he would look on your affliction. What would be your affliction? Your affliction would be the suffering of your sins. Remember he said, he that commits sin is the servant of sin. And the servant cannot abide in the house forever. So if the son shall set you free, you shall be free indeed. See, that's a word people like you say, the truth will set you free. And when we talk about truth, we talk about your faith. And what will your faith set you free from? Sin. So we talk about how you looked on our affliction. Hold that. Get Luke 1 and 67.
Luke chapter 1, verse 67.
Now, of course, when we read Luke 1, it's going to talk about your literal enemies. But then we know that Paul told us in Corinthians, you have one more enemy to be destroyed, and that enemy is death. You know what I'm saying? So that's your adversary, that's your opponent, and he looked upon that affliction. He talked about how he heard, the master was heard, and that he feared. He looked upon his suffering. Because sin caused suffering, because sin brings death. I don't think a lot of people, if people really realized how that was, I think they wouldn't be so inclined to do it. But because people kind of minimalize it, they have no problem going to do it. Go ahead.
We have Luke chapter 1, verse 67. And his father Zacharias was filled with the Ruach HaKodesh, and prophesied, saying, blessed be Yahuwah Elohim of Yasharal, for he has visited and redeemed his people.
He did what?
He has visited and redeemed his people.
Wow.
And has raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David.
So if he has visited and redeemed his people and raised up a horn of salvation, he's looked upon their affliction. So we can turn around and look at Abraham being that person when he looked upon his afflictions and he told him to get from his father's house. Then you turn around and you know who did Abraham give birth to? And what was not Isaac hated because Ishmael hated him and mocked him while he was in the feast? Well, before they had a feast, when he would give way, he mocked them. It tells you that in the Ephesians, right? Galatians, right? Galatians. Give me Galatians chapter 1. He good at this chapter 1. Give me Galatians 4, man, about verse 26.
Galatians 4 and 26.
Y'all give me one of them when you get in.
But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all. For it is written, rejoice, thou barren that bearest not. Break forth and cry, that thou travailest not. For desolate has many more children than she, which have a husband. Now we brethren, as Isaac was, are the children of promise. But as then he that was born after the flesh persecuted him that was born after the
So he
spirit.
hated him then. You know what I'm saying? Because you look at Leah saying she was hated. All that means is Jacob loved Rachel more than he loved Leah. So he closed Rachel's womb up knowing that he didn't love Leah like he loved Rachel. Because he never wanted Leah. He wanted Rachel. He wasn't working to get Leah. He was working to get Rachel. So he did that. He let her have all those children, thinking that this would cause Jacob to have a little bit more affinity towards her. It didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? He still loved Rachel more than he loved Leah. It didn't matter, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's one of the things, I don't care what a dude say. I've been asked this before too. Can you think you can love two people at one time? No. The book say clearly that you cannot serve two masters. Because you'll cleave to the one and you'll hate the other. You cannot love two people at the same time equally. For you talking about being a mate with somebody. Even when you look at what the Most High did with his body, yeah, he let the Gentiles in, but they had to be absorbed to become in the body of Mashiach to become Yahweh beings, because he's not going to split his love between the two women. I only love one woman. You're going to have to become that woman, or I'm not going to love you at all. It's how he operates, you know what I'm saying? And you said, like, I don't care how many dudes that did it, whether they in the world or not, they got 3, 4, 5 women they did it with. They don't love all women the same. It's one woman they always talk, oh, that's my man. So that's the one you love more than all of them. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's a lot of women feel like, why can't a woman do with a man? Because it's distasteful, because you're being penetrated. So you don't want to have to humble yourself. So if you got 5, 6 different dudes humbling you, no, it's not going to be the same as if a man was doing it. I'm just being for real. You sit there and look at it, that's quite disgusting. You got 5, you can change your bodily fluids with 5, 6 different people as a woman. You know what I'm saying? Nobody, because people say, well, it's a double standard, man. Some things ain't meant for everybody to do. You shouldn't want to do what a man do. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't want to do that. And then we see that now, when you look at it, you got a woman, she got 6 kids from 6 different dudes. I mean, come on, man, ain't nothing cool about that. You know what I'm saying? It's not even cool no more for a woman to have all the children for one man. You know what I'm saying? At the max, man, it's 2. Once you get past having children for 2 different people, you got a problem. You know what I'm saying? So now it's clear that you like to have unprotected sex with multiple men. They just happen to be the ones who got you pregnant. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Like, I know women that got kids from 6 different dudes, 6 children. You know what I'm saying? That's not cool. 4 kids from 4 different dudes. I know plenty of chicks like that. That's not cool. And if it just wasn't for the luck of the draw, you could have more. Go ahead, man. Yeah, finish it. Start at the top.
Now we, brother, as Isaac was, are children of promise. But as then, he that was born after the flesh persecuted him that was born after the spirit. Mm-hmm. Even so it is now.
Even so it is now?
Nevertheless, what says the scripture?
What does it say?
Cast out the bondwoman. Cast out the bondwoman and her son.
Where's John 8:34? You say get rid of the son of man. That's the same thing we were talking about a while back in Proverbs, right? Cast out the scorner, and everything go with it. So cast out the devil, cast out the wicked, everything go with it. Now people don't sit back and look at that, but when you look at, just looking at down with Levi, because in John 15, the master said, if I could have wouldn't have came and did the work that no other man did, you wouldn't have had sin. But now that you see me, you hate me and my father. He said, if I would have came and spoke these words to you, you wouldn't have no cover for your sin. But now you hate me and my father, so you hate me without cause. You know what I'm saying? So the reason why we sit back looking at it, this is a threefold process of actually becoming joined to Yah. Becoming joined to Yah, He's going to look on your suffering and you're going to be hated for it. At the same time, and then after that, you can be joined to Him. So what we talking about, you got to suffer with Him and reign with Him. So nobody want to suffer with this man, because they think you get joined down to him and there's skins and grins and happy faces and hand claps and no, it's going to be tribulation, persecution, sufferings and afflictions. You know what I'm saying? And sorrows. And people don't want that. Like I told you last time, you haven't profit anything since you've been dealing with this. So you say, because you looking for natural stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you can profit naturally, but you going to hell. But that's what you wanted. Go ahead.
Yeah, John chapter 8.
Read verse 34.
Yahushua answered them, Verily, verily, I say unto you, whosoever committeth sin is the servant of sin. And the servant abideth not in the house forever, but the son abideth forever.
So if you don't abide in the house, cast you out. He's telling you, I'm going to cast you out. We read this last night, but let's go ahead and read it again. Matthew 13, verse 47. Well, not that particular thing, but He's going to get rid of you. Matter of fact, don't even get Matthew 13:47. Don't give me Matthew 25:41.
Matthew 25:41. Then shall he say also unto them on the left hand, Depart from me, ye cursed, unto everlasting fire. Ye cursed,
You damn.
into the everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels.
Cast him out. Cast him out. Get rid of him.
For I was hungry, and he gave me no meat. I was thirsty.
Give me a pistol of you real fast. Then we'll get back to the genealogy. I don't want to get too far past the genealogy. But I had to go ahead and do that. And then we'll go back to Romans 8. And then hit Genesis 4:6. But I just hit my mind looking at the first three sons. And you know, what does he tell you to immerse in the name? You know, you don't have to do that. Immerse in the name of Yahweh Father. It's official. But, say the Father, the Son, the Ruach HaKodesh, that's symbolizing Abraham, Isaac, because Abraham named and exalted his father. Isaac's the child of the promise. Yahweh is the child of the promise. Jacob produced the children. The Ruach is what turns us into the sons of Elohim. So then when you sit back and we look at Levi is the one who taught the people. And the ones that teach the people are the ones that give the people the ability to become the sons of Elohim. Because we were reading out on Wednesday that if you believe in Yahuwah and you believe in his prophets, so if you believe on Yahuwah, you'll be established, and if you believe in his prophets, you'll prosper or you'll get gain. We talked about last night that gain is getting wisdom and understanding, which is as gold and silver. And that took us back to the parable of the talents, where he gave 1 5, gave 1 2, gave 1 1. The one with 2 and 5 went and got more money. Or he won souls. The one with 1 took his and he cuffed it. And he went to hell. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get people to be joined unto him. So we know the process of being joined is he's going to look on your affliction, and he's seen you in your sins and your sufferings. You come up out of that, then you begin to be hated, because we talk about it in Isaiah 59, that he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. So the minute you begin to depart from sin and do what's right, this opens you up to be attacked by everyone around you because they hate you. But in the process of this allows you to be joined. This is one mind, one body, one ruach, one immersion, one Elohim, one all that. That's why you can't have, that's why we were talking about that you can't have no unity outside of the Mashiach. You can't have none of that. I can't unify with a Muslim. I can't unify with a Buddhist. I can't unify with a Moorish Science Temple dude. I can't unify with a Nuwabian. I can't unify with a Kemetic Science person. I can't unify with you. Because we're not coming in the unity of the faith of the Son of Living God. We don't believe the same thing. So eventually, there's going to be a conflict, and my God told me, get rid of you. So then they say, oh, see, you too religious. Call it what you want. I'm just a soldier for what I'm on. And that's where it's coming at. People want you to compromise to please men. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to compromise to please no man. And they better be letting my God tell me to be non-God. I'll bust the whole dome open or whatever you want. We got 945s, it don't make no difference. So we're going to ride for that. See, your ancestors wasn't going to play no game. They were going to bust domes about this. You know what I'm saying? All that, oh man, you a brother. No, get that nigga from around here. He told King James, I forget his name. It might have been. He said, how can you love them that hate y'all? How can I love somebody that hate my father? How am I love you? That's just like dealing with somebody who hates your literal father, or hates your mother, or hates your brother, or hates your sister. You gonna hang with them? You gonna ride with them? You gonna hold hands with them? Knowing they talking trash about your blood relative? Oh, no, cuz, you get from me. But we don't want to look at it like that because we black. I don't care about because we black. I know niggas who black who slime balls. Who ain't no good. Some of them in your own family. Some people don't mess with people in their own family because they know they slime balls. You know what I'm saying? But you gonna sit back and look at what we family though. Only by blood. Only in name. Ain't nothing up here. Not doing this here, right? It's like, okay, you say you remember Mama clowning niggas not because her brother a pedophile. You realize your brother a pedophile, don't you realize you probably done him for life? Get rid of that nigga. Don't come around here to the house. We don't mess with your kind around here. You are no longer part of the family. You have some people overlook that. What I tell you that niggas be knowing Uncle Jimmy be touching on them turn. They don't say nothing. They look right past it, invite them all to cook out. All they do is just sit down and see Jimmy be touching them kids. I don't know. But you stay there and go around the kids though. Then when he finally go to jail, everybody stops. And blame the kids for this nasty nigga. No, you ain't none of my people, man. I don't care nothing about all that because you black. You know what I'm saying? But people pick and choose. We ain't picking and choose. Go ahead. Jude, put about verse 7.
Yeah, Jude, verse 7. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication, and going after strange flesh, are not set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. Likewise also these filthy dreamers defile the flesh, despise dominion, and speak evil of dignities. Yet Michael the archangel, when contending with the devils he disputed about the body of Moses, does not bring against him a railing accusation, but said, the master rebuked thee. But
verse they said they didn't keep their first estate. Wasn't that a few?
No, we're at verse 6. It said, and the angels which kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation, he hath reserved in everlasting chains under darkness.
He got rid of the great. Got rid of them too. You got to get up out of here. I'm gonna cast you out. You have to sit back and look at it, right? That's the most difficult thing. I was having a conversation about it a couple of weeks ago. Now, I ain't gonna never tell y'all not to be friends with whoever, or not. If you talk to whoever you want to talk to, you can hang with whoever you want to hang with. You know what I'm saying? But you're supposed to have enough wisdom and skill to know how far to go. You know what I'm saying? And to know who to deal with and who not to deal with any longer, because it can contaminate you. I don't care how strong you think you are. I don't care how wise you think you are. The book says evil communications corrupt good manners. And if you hang around the wrong people too long, they will infect you. It's no different than a communicable disease. You will catch it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, I wouldn't care. If you're doing it right, you ain't gonna have too many friends to begin with outside the word anyway. If you're doing it right. That's what's going to happen. That's real talk. That's what's going to happen. That's what I done heard that many times. That's what's going to happen. If you lay down with sinners, you're going to become one. Because they're going to convert you. Because they're going to always size you and try you and say, look, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they really know you own it, they'll still holler at you, but it won't be regularly. You know what I'm saying? It won't be regular because they not own. And on top of that, the conversation's going to be awkward because they don't know what to talk to you about. When people see me, they go up and down, I'm going to start preaching to them in another street. I'm not going to start preaching no word to you, man. I'm going to say what's happening and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? But people assume that because when you deal with most people who preach the word, they look at, that's all they do is bombard you. You know about Jesus, brother? Let me tell you, I got a testimony. I'm not going to issue none of that. I'm like, why are you doing why your mother's doing? You know what I'm saying? But you seen that game up there? Yeah, I seen that. I'm still saying, I just don't do the same stuff. You know what I'm saying? They know that. Because they already knew my conversation when we was young was on some different type time then, so that wasn't no difference. You know what I'm saying? I just don't live the same. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You just don't live the same. Still the same person, just don't live the same. So you have to be weary of that. See, I told my friends, they know. Like, man, boss not gonna do that. If they know that that's what he's doing, that's what he owns, I'm not gonna try bro with that because I know this man. He's just not gonna. He's not even gonna ask. If people feel like they can ask you, and they feel like you're welcome. You know what I'm saying? So then you got to ask yourself, what is it that you're showing to cause them to think that they could try you like that? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I don't get to it, some people try you just to try you. You know what I'm saying? Just to see. Because they already know you ain't going to go for it, but they just want to roll the dice. Come on the back of the room, there you go. Man, Romans 8, man, we start at verse 14. After that, Genesis 46 and 11.
It says, for as many that are led by the Spirit of Elohim, they are the sons of Elohim. For ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but ye have received the Ruach of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Father.
Now, how you be joined to him then? He said, then my husband will be joined to me. You know, if you ain't being led by the Ruach of being the son, that make you a bastard. And to be led by the Ruach is to be led by his word. And most people are not being led by his word. That's why he say, lean not to your own understanding, he'll direct your paths. He'll show you the way you ought to go. You know what I'm saying? We don't really want to say good man's steps are ordered by Yah, so He's going to order the way that you got to go. You know, all things work to the good of those who are called for His purpose. Just like we talked about last night, you got sinners, got a job too. I think people forget that. Jesus had a job to do. And there wasn't nothing going to happen that was going to change the fact that Jesus had a job to do. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't no amount of praying, there wasn't no amount of coming and saying, come on, Jesus, don't do that. Jesus was going to betray the man. It was already happening. It wasn't nothing going to stop it. You know what I'm talking about? Just like there's some people, they always going to go against the man. Hello? Go ahead. What's going on, man?
We are Romans chapter 8, verse 16. It says, the Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of Elohim. And if children, then heirs, heirs of Elohim, and joint heirs with the Mashiach, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may also be esteemed together.
And he'll sit back and look how he suffered. He was hated, he was spit on, he was beaten. See, we like to read them stories and all that kind of stuff, but you don't really sit back and look at it. You don't really want to go through that. I just be seeing that just by the stuff dudes be pulling. Because they don't want to be hated. The number one thing you have to deal with preaching this word is that you will be hated. The number one thing you have to realize about living this word, you will be hated. And those people don't want to see that, but he say he looked on my affliction, now I'm joined to him. So if you suffer with it, you'll reign with it, because he said join heirs, so you join to him. Come on, they just have to talk about Levi for a little bit. Genesis 4, 6, and 11, just like I said. But we're going to look at his sons, because there's certain things that his sons were given duties to do, and that's what we have to really looking at. See, we were just talking about the priesthood. Most of our people feel like now in these days and times, because they don't need nobody to teach them. They can teach themselves. Or people jump up and preach the word and he may have not sent you to do that. So you have to sit back and look at how all this stuff all in. So we started, you know what, just go look at all our ancestors. We started with Adam's genealogy and Chronicles, and then we still got to revisit David because we didn't look at some of the people's stories that their stories told in David's genealogy, and we just skipped over Judah and just came straight to Levi. Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 46, verse 11. And the sons of Levi, Gershom, Kohath, and Merari, and the sons of Yehuda.
That's good right there. We just want to see this mention of the sons again. Now let's go to Exodus chapter 6. Anybody know Moses' daddy name? 6 and 16. Amram. Exodus 6 and 16.
These are the names of the generations, names of the sons of Levi according to their generations. Gershom, Kohath, Merari. And the years of the life of Levi were 137 years.
So we see Levi lived to be 137. Go ahead.
The sons of Gershom were Libni, Shimi, according to their families. And the sons of Kohath, Amram.
So we keep that in mind that we're going to see Moses come from the sons of Kohath. So keep that in mind. So also Aaron comes from the sons of Kohath.
The sons of Kohath, Amram, Izhar, and Hebron, and Uzziel. And the years of the life of Kohath were 133 years. And the sons of Merari was Mahalil and Mushi. These are the families of Levi according to their generation. And Amram took him Jochebed, his father's sister, to wife.
Now think of about Amram names mean exalted people. Go ahead.
And she bare him Aaron.
You know who remember what Aaron's name means? Light bearer. His name, light bearer. His name means the same thing Lucifer's name means. Light bearer. Or light bringer.
Light bringer, bearer, light bearer.
Because Lucifer's not the devil. They tell you that's the devil, but that's not talking. He's just an adversary. Like the devil, like, because we just talking about this before we came in. One of the brothers we know, he talking about, oh, Satan is not a name. It's not a name right now. But we already know that it's not. That's what we were talking about before, like saying hard. That it could be an adjective, It can be a verb. It can be a noun, depending on how you use it. But we know in the Hebrew language, Satan or Hasatan just means adversary. So it's a descriptive term of somebody that's an enemy, really. You know what I'm saying? Now, the Revelation says that he's called the serpent, the devil, and Satan, because that encapsulates everything that he is about. He's an adversary, he's a liar, he's cunning, he's crafty, and that's why he's called Satan, because he's against everything that Yahweh is. So when you look at it in certain aspects, when you see an angel or a malachim being referred to as Satan because he's an adversarial spirit. You know what I'm saying? But I say sometimes we go a little too far with digging on stuff, and that language be tripping dudes up when you can still use common sense. You know what I'm saying? Use common sense. And you still gonna be able to see whatever you want to call him, he's still Satan because he's an adversary. But a human being can be Satan. You know what I'm saying? This is why the master said, get behind me, Satan, talking to Peter. Because he wasn't calling him the devil, he was calling him an adversary. Because he was telling him not to die. When the text said he got to die. So he was really saying, get behind me, adversary. You love the things that are a man and not of Elohim. He wasn't actually saying he was the devil. So that's why I know what he means when he say it's not a noun or a proper name and it's not used. I understand what he means when he say that. But then you also got to use the text and have common sense. And you can still see that it's representative of a particular spirit and a particular individual, because that's how he operates. Oh, I mean, Lucifer is just a testimony of the Messiah. It's just white people told us that was the devil, and we just went for it, and we never questioned him on it. We never actually looked in the book to see who is this actually talking about. No time at any time did the devil say he wanted to be like God. The Mashiach said it, though. You saying y'all said it many times. I'm my father the one. They wanted to tell him. They said, you being a man, make yourself God. That's what Lucifer said he wanted to do. Lucifer said, I'm going to go up on high. Mashiach told the people many times, I got to go back to where I came from. Then the thing that killed him, I'm going to show you how a lot of people don't really know the word. The thing that killed him is this. It says that he said he will sit, exalt his throne above the stars. In the size, in the amount of the congregation in the size of the Lord. Stars in Hebrew mean sons of the Messiah. That's all it is. Or angels. That's it. So then you ask him, where is the mount of the congregation? According to the book, the mount of the congregation is in Jerusalem. Well, where is the size of the north? Right in Psalms 48, it tells you the size of the north is Jerusalem. Referring to the north gate, and the child of Judah goes through the north gate. They'll tell you he want to go up there in the size of the north gate. That's up there in heaven. That's what they tell you. But they don't have no book for that. That's exactly what we mean if people tell you stuff. But they don't have no book for that. But we can go in the book and show you this is the size of the north. This is where it's at. This is what it's talking about. Ain't no time in the world Satan ever said he wanted to go to Jerusalem and sit on the throne. You know what I'm saying? But they say that the Messiah was going to go to Jerusalem and sit on the throne. Just simple stuff like that. And we done show this to people who say they believe the book, know they Hebrew, say they believe on the side, and say we lying. I don't know what we're talking about. And I'm like, bro, it's right here. Show me what Satan said I'm going to go sit on the throne. Show me where he said he was going. You don't read the devil say he want to go back nowhere. You don't even read the devil saying too much. Only thing off the top of my head, all the time you can read anywhere where this man is speaking is Genesis chapter 3 and Matthew 4 and the other accounts of him kissing the master. There ain't too many times where this man speaking. Yeah, and Job. That's it. Yeah, you got Genesis 3, Job 1 and 2, Matthew 4, whatever the chapters is in Luke, and then more, and that's it. The man ain't doing no talking after that. None. So where did you get this from? This man say, I'm going back into heaven. Where did you read that from? That's a thought out your own heart. That's why you had read that in you filthy dreamers. You just came up with your own prophecy out your own mind. Then when somebody brings it, you blaspheming. I'm not going to argue with you. I'll be a blasphemer then. And you'll be too. Because he just called your God the devil. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what you're talking about. Because they were like, well, why did he say, have thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? He called him the son of the day. Now, how the devil going to be the son of the day and the son of the night at the same time?
Or the light.
And the light. Or the light.
Lucifer means light does.
So how he gonna bring light? See, he transformed into an angel like to transform means to pretend. That means he's masquerading to be something that he's not. So he's not really an angel of light, he's just trying to pretend to be one. So again, you find yourself to be an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm talking about people who call themselves scholars and teachers of the word. It's different. Like, I ain't say that to none of them when I first looked to them. I know they didn't say that. I'm claiming I'm a teacher of the word. They're like, wow, I never looked at that like that. I need to re-examine it. But you got dudes who say they teachers and you run it down, you showing it to them, over 60 precepts to back it up. You lying, brother. All right, I'm lying then. I'm not going to argue with you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm real. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. Because the evidence right here, you say we using the book for it. I'm not opinion. Like, what am I going to get by saying Lucifer is Yahusha versus the devil? What type of gain am I going to get other than ridicule? And I don't understand these. I understand these dudes. I'm going to tell you something, right? They pick on Christians for not letting go things that they believe that were lies, and then you turn around and do the same thing. You show them something that go against what they were taught. See, that got spirit on him. He got a spirit on him. I had to go to him, you've been bewitched. I say, nigga, what? Somebody done put a spell on you, put the heebie-jeebies on you. Go ahead. Oh, yeah, that's even more. Verse 20.
Yeah. It say, and Amram took Jochebed, his father's sister, to wife, and she bare him Aaron and Moses. And the years of the life of Amram were 137 years. And the sons of Izhar, Korah, Metheg, and Zikri. And the sons of Uzziah were Mishael, Elzaphan, and Zithri. And Aaron took him Elisheba, daughter of Abinadab, sister of Nashon, to wife. And she bare him Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. And the sons of Korah was Asir, and Elkanah, and Abasal. These are the families of the Kohathites. And Eleazar, Aaron's son, took him one of the daughters of Pituel to wife, and she bare him Phineas. These are the heads of the fathers of the Levites according to their families.
Now I want y'all to know we're going to look at Eleazar and Phineas because they got memorials. There's stories about them. But before we do that, let's go to Numbers chapter 3. Pick it up at verse 1. So the reason why we're looking at because he's named each one of Aaron's sons, Levi's sons, Gershom, Korah, and Merari, they all have a duty that none of the other sons of Levi got. So that's why we're looking at them. They had a duty in the sanctuary that was given to them because they were the three sons of Levi. And it's also going to reiterate what we talked about a couple of weeks ago that he chose to travel. The people who were actually supposed to preach the word were the firstborn sons out of all Yashua, but instead he chose Levi to replace them. So any firstborn son, and that would be first classified as a firstborn son for the man and not the woman, they would be the one to preach the word. Go ahead.
We had Numbers chapter 6. I'm sorry, Numbers chapter 3. I'm right here. These are the generations of Aaron and Moses in the day that Yahuwah spoke to Moses in Mount Sinai. These are the names of the sons of Aaron. Nadab, the firstborn, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. These are the names of the sons of Aaron. The priests which were anointed, whom he consecrated to minister in the priest's office.
So he said these are priests, so he set apart. He anointed them to do this in the priest's office. Ain't nobody else did it. Ain't nobody else got chosen to do this. Go ahead.
Nadab and Abihu died before you.
Why did they die? Who know why they died? Go ahead and give Leviticus 10 so y'all can see why they died. 10 and 1. They wouldn't be a son, they ain't have no business.
What's up?
Leviticus 10 and 1.
Leviticus chapter 10. It says, Nadab and Abihu, the sons of Aaron, took either of them a censer, and put fire therein, and put incense thereon, and offered strange fire before Yahuwah. which he commanded them not.
Now, when it comes to that fire, there was a certain type of incense that they supposed to offer. They chose to offer what they wanted to offer. Just see what happened to them. This is another example where it showed us you can't come do what you want to be dealing with this man. And they knew what was wrong. And I want y'all to see what they told their people too. Go ahead.
It said, and there went out fire from Yahuwah and devoured them, and they died before Yahuwah. And Moses said unto Aaron, This is it that Yahuwah spoke, saying, I will be sanctified to them that come nigh me, and before all people I will be esteemed. And Aaron held his shalom. And Moses called Mishael and Elzaphan, the son of Uzziel, the uncle of Aaron, and said unto them, Come near, carry your brother from the sanctuary out of the camp. So they went near and carried them in their coats out of the camp, as Moses had said.
He said, Get your bodies up out of your law.
And Moses said unto Aaron, unto Eleazar, unto Ithamar his sons, Uncover not your heads.
You know, you have a lot of dudes that feel like, see, they had their heads covered. Because you have dudes that feel like Paul just made that up saying you shouldn't pray or prophesy with your head covered. But clearly they were not praying and prophesying when they had their head covered here. They just seen somebody who was a priest who had their head covered and just inject stupidity out of their mouth. He told them not to uncover, because if you uncovered your head, that means you were mourning. He told them don't even do it. Because you know why? Because they were in the sanctuary doing work, so their head supposed to be covered at this particular time. He said, don't take it off. Go ahead. Let's see why he told them what he's going to do to them if they decide to do something.
It said, Uncover not your heads, neither rend your clothes.
Don't even mourn.
Lest ye die.
I'm a kid.
And let wrath come upon all the people. But let your brother, the whole house of Israel, bewail the burning which you have kindled. And
It says, do what? Bewail. Bewail or mourn. You know what I said how this Sunday came out? You already said bewail for the fire into the kindle. Now get Luke 12:49. Let's see this instance right here. And you don't sit back and look at Moshe got killed for offering strange fire to them. You know what this strange fire was? He took the sins of the people on, so to make that offer, that sacrifice, that comes to be strange. See, we'll look at that. I got something to do
Luke
with that.
chapter 12.
Verse 49, look what he tells me.
I am come to send fire on the earth.
Did he just send fire on earth then?
And what will I, if it be already kindled?
It's already kindled.
But I have a baptism.
Well, let's look at Luke chapter 24 here, in verse 15. Let's see if they bewail for the fire that was kindled.
Luke 24, verse 15. And it came to pass that while they communed together and reasoned, Yahushua himself drew near and went with them. But their eyes were holding that they should not know him.
24 and 15.
Yeah. And he said unto them, What manner of communication are these that ye have one to another as ye walk and are sad?
Now, would they be able to be wailing? We can even read what the verse where it said the women were crying for him too. Because they were all crying because of that fire that was kindled on their behalf because of the offer of the strange fire. He just said, back, look at it. He became sin, so the Father had to turn his back on him. When he said, you know, my God, why have you forsaken me? It's because he done became sin. So you sit back looking at if he's an offering on the altar, and then you go another place in Ephesians that says he was a sweet smelling Savior, but becoming sin at the same time, now you offering strange fire because you mixing that which is Kodesh with that which is un-Kodesh. So I got to go on ahead and kill this fire on you, which is in this furnace of affliction, and then he telling them all, bewail the fire that I kindle, right? Go ahead and get him Zechariah 12:10.
Zechariah chapter 12, verse 10. And I will pour upon the house of David and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem the ruach of grace and supplication. And they shall look upon me whom they have pierced, and they shall mourn for him.
Now what tribe was that he telling them more in Leviticus? Oh, Aaron's son, right? Levi, right? I didn't want y'all to catch that. Who?
And they shall look upon me whom they have pierced, and they shall mourn for him, as one mourneth for his only son, and shall be in bitterness for him, as one that is in bitterness for his firstborn.
What are these firstborn sons of Aaron? Go ahead.
And in that day shall there be a great mourning in Jerusalem.
A great what?
A great mourning, as the mourning of Hadad Ramon in the valley of Megiddon. And the land shall mourn every family apart, and the family of the house of David apart, and their wives apart, and the family of the house of Nathan apart, and their wives apart, and the family of the house of Levi apart, and their wives, and the family of Shimei apart, and their wives apart.
You know, ain't Shimei one of Levi's churches? Well, they were all doing the same thing that you see that it is fulfilling in the law. How Levi had come because he told them to mourn for him. He said, don't uncover your heads, don't rend your garments, just sit there and just be sad. Beware the fire that I kindled or the wrath that I executed. Don't cry for them. Because they knew better. You know what I'm saying? Come on back to number time. Who's verse 3 and verse 3. Actually, in verse 4. We're in Numbers chapter 3 and verse 4.
It said, and the Nadab and the Abihu died before Yahuwah when they offered strange fire in the wilderness of Sinai, and they had no children. And Eleazar and Ithamar ministered in the priest's office in the sight of Aaron their father. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moses, saying,
What did it say?
Bring the tribe of Levi near, and present them before Aaron the priest, that they may minister unto him. And they shall keep his charge and the charge of the whole congregation before the tabernacle of the congregation to do the service of the tabernacle.
Now stop right there. Now he said present them before Aaron, so present them before the light bearer. So then we need to look at John 7 and 7 just to see it from my side to the light bearer. Matter of fact, we did that John 1 and 1 and then John 7 and 7. You see it from my side to the light bearer. So we know in Revelation 24:16, he said, I have the bright and morning star, so he said he was Lucifer. You know what I'm saying? Even Peter said to the day star, arise in your hearts. He said, we have a more sure word of power. So Peter called him Lucifer. You know what I'm saying? So we have to sit back and look at it. Peter saying Lucifer going to rise in your heart for you believe in the word, and we saying the devil going to rise in our hearts for obeying the word. And that just doesn't make any common sense. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
John 7 and 7. The world cannot hate you, but me it hates. It said, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with Elohim, and the Word was Elohim. The same was in the beginning with Elohim. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men.
So in him was life.
And the light was the light of men. And the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness comprehended not.
What is John 7 and 7?
And the world cannot hate you, but me it hateth, because I testify of it, that the works thereof are evil. Go ye up into this feast. I go not up yet unto this feast, for my time is not yet full come.
John 11 and 7.
Then after that, said he to his disciples, let us go to Judea again. His disciples said to him, Master, the Yahudim of late sought to stone thee, and thou goest there again? And Yahushua answered, are there not 12 hours in the day? If any man walk in the day, he stumbleth not, because he seeth the light of this world.
He see the what?
The light of this world.
So he the light of this world. Then John wanted to say he the one to bring the light. So then he the light bearer. So then he just, what we looking at in Numbers is he said that the Levites, to have all the Levites and present them before Aaron the priest, so they may minister unto him or serve him. So let's turn around and let's look at John chapter 15 and about verse 16.
John chapter 15, verse 16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, and ordained you, that you should go and bring forth fruit.
Now, did Aaron choose the Levites? He chose them. They didn't have nothing to do with that. We haven't got all the way to that verse in Numbers 3 to go through that. He didn't choose none of that. He chose them and ordained them to go do it. Go ahead.
Ordained you that you should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, and that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you.
Now Paul, come over to Matthew chapter 28 and about verse 16.
Matthew chapter 28, verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
Then the 11 disciples went away to Galilee into a mountain where Yahushua had appointed them. And when they saw him, they worshipped him, but some doubted. And Yahushua came and spoke unto them, saying, All power is given unto me in Shamayim and in the earth. Go ye therefore and teach all nations. Go ye and teach all nations. Baptize them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Ruach. Harvard. Teach them to observe all things whatsoever I have commanded you, and lo, I am with you always, even to the end of the world.
So we look at verse 7, right, and number 3, it says that they should keep his charge or guard his word, is what he just told them. And the charge of the whole congregation, that they should have oversight over the body. We read that in Acts chapter 20 last night, and he set some over the body. And he said, evil men or free men. He said, even amongst some of y'all gonna come up and say perverse things. See, and where that coming at is that even if somebody started out right, that don't mean they were right the whole time. So it's like, why would y'all send somebody false to teach where it was somebody? Or get that Acts chapter 20, but something came my head going on with it. I'm gonna show you why he'll send some perverse people, even raise some people up to be perverse, just for you to know. Because see, y'all like to prove people out. Plus, you like to set people up for their own damnation. Because, some dudes just want to go preach. And he said, I know you want to go preach. I know you want to be the man. I got a trick for you. 2025. Maybe 27.
For I am not ashamed to declare unto you all the counsel of our enemies. Take heed therefore unto yourselves and to all the flock over the which the Ruach HaKodesh have made you overseers, to feed the church of Elohim, which he hath purchased with his own blood. For I know this, that after my departing shall grievous wolves enter in among you, not sparing the flock.
Mm-hmm.
Also of your own selves shall men arise, speaking perverse things.
He said, also of your own selves shall men arise?
Speaking perverse things, to draw away disciples after them.
Do what?
Therefore watch, and remember, that by the space of 3 years, I cease not to warn everyone night and day with tears.
Deuteronomy 13 and 1. He said that men will rise up and perverse things trying to pull people after him. So after we read Deuteronomy 13 and 1, we'll look at Acts chapter 5, and you'll see that.
Deuteronomy chapter 13.
And I'll also show you Levites who came up preaching just like that, who rose up speaking perverse things, just so you can see the Levites did it too. Go ahead.
If there arise among you a prophet or a dreamer of dreams, and giveth thee a sign or wonder, the sign or wonder and the sign of the wonder comes to pass, therefore he spake unto thee, saying, Let us go after other gods.
Is that not speaking of perverse things? Go ahead.
Which thou hast not known, and let us serve them. Thou shalt not hearken to the words of that prophet, or that dreamer of dreams. For Yahuwah your Elohim proveth you.
He do what?
He proveth you.
He do what?
Proveth you.
For what?
To know whether ye love Yahuwah your
Elohim. See if you gonna follow him or
with
not.
all your
So
heart.
that's why you sit back and let an old dude come up for the money, speak perverse things, regardless of what this thing is talking about. Matthew 23 and 3. Regardless of what he's talking about, what you supposed to hold to right here. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't matter what he said out of his mouth. You know what the book say, what you going with? Because the preacher man came up here and said this here. What did the book say though? So he got to try you. See if you love me or not.
Matthew 23 and 3.
What do you say about the scribes and Pharisees? What do you say about them?
The scribes and Pharisees, saying to the scribes and Pharisees and Moses' seat.
They said, who seat?
And Moses' seat.
What was Moses? He was the lawgiver, right? So they was the ones teaching the people. So if they were scribes, that means most of them were Levites then. Go ahead.
All therefore whatsoever they bid you to observe, that observe and do.
So do what the book say.
But do not after their words.
Just because them niggas do something outside the word, you better not follow them.
For they say and not do.
That's perverse things right now. That's what's going to happen. That's what be going on daily out here on the street. Give me Judges 17 though. I give you another one. Give me about verse 3 so I can show you a Levite raising up, speaking perverse things out of his mouth to draw away people after before we read Acts 5. That's what you got to be careful for. There's a whole bunch of people jump up. All they want is accolades from men. Somebody tell me how good. Boy, you know what? You know how boy, you wrote that word today. Boy, you was up to the precept. That nigga wicked though. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he'll slide some over verse stuff in. How them dudes slide in there, you know, hey man, you got, I would say this ain't necessarily perverse. How some people, you got dudes saying it's a sin for you to ejaculate your wife. You got dudes saying it's a sin for you to have sex with your wife. Then you got dudes saying it's a sin for you to have a wife. You know what I'm saying? But then these are the same dudes that say they have no problem with participating in anal sex with their wife. Or even oral sex with their wife. When all of these things have been shown to be perverse and things that the Gentiles did, but now you want to do them. You know what I'm saying? I don't see how any man want to get anybody rectum anyway. I don't care if it's a woman or not. You suspect in that alone. How you come to your mind and all of a sudden you want anal sex? That's a booty hole, man. That was meant for the excretion of waste. That's it. It wasn't made for sexual pleasure. But dudes don't care. Go ahead.
Judges 16,
17. Give me verse 3.
And when he had restored the 1,100 shekels of silver to his mother said, I have wholly dedicated the silver unto you from my hand for my son, to make a graven image and a molten image. Now therefore I will restore it unto you.
I give it to you.
Yet he restored the money unto his mother. And his mother took 200 shekels of silver and gave them to the founder, who made thereof a graven image.
So they done made a graven
and
image.
a molten image.
So they done made an idol.
And they were in the house of Micah. And the man Micah had a house of gods, and made an ephod and a teraphim, and consecrated one of his sons who became his priest.
He did what?
He consecrated one of his sons who became his
So
priest.
he get worse though.
And in those days there was no king in Yasharal.
So what were the people doing?
But every man did that which was right in his own
You know, I heard the nigga say that before. See, we ain't got no king in Yasharal. You do got a king. He said at the right hand of his father. See, that's why everybody doing what they want to do. Now they do what they want to do because that's what they want to do. Don't put that because you got no king. Because you got a king, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't put that on that. Go ahead.
And there was a young man out of Bethlehem, Judah.
What was he though?
Of the family of Judah, who was a Levi.
He was a what?
A Levi.
He was a priest then. See, that's why I want to talk to y'all about the cities. But we'll have to say that for later because it goes on everywhere in every part of the land where they got a city and what families dwelt in that city and which city some of them dwelt in the cities of refuge and we'll deal with all that stuff, especially with the priests dwelling in the cities of refuge. Go ahead.
It said, and the man departed out of the city of Bethlehem, Judah, to sojourn where he could find a place. And he came to the Mount of Ephraim, to the house of Micah, as he journeyed. And Micah said unto him, Where cometh you? And he said unto him, I am a Levite of Bethlehem, Judah, and I go to sojourn where I find a place. And Micah said unto him, Dwell with me.
Dwell with me. Why?
And be unto me a father and a priest. And I will give thee 10 shekels of silver by the year, and a suit of apparel, and thy victuals. So the Levite went in.
Now you know that's good. You know how bad that got to be? That you sit there and you know that this man got idols in his house and you gonna sit there and dwell with him because he gonna give you an outfit and some money. So you wouldn't think that's speaking some perverse things? I'm gonna dwell with him because he gonna give you an outfit and some money. Come on back to number chapter. When we look at the service of the tabernacle, that's the dwelling place. Hold on, we got to show how that's the dwelling place and who they doing the service to. Because you think the Levites doing the service to a building? Isaiah 66 and 1. After Isaiah 66 and 1, 2 Corinthians chapter 6, about verse 18. And then 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 19. So we have to show who the priests are doing the service to, because it says do the service of the tabernacle or the work. So the priests work for the people. You know, in Luke, we say, when you get finished doing all the things that you were commanded to do, say, I'm an unprofitable servant, I just did what it is that my duty to do. Because when you look at the Levites, they were unprofitable servants. They didn't get any gain from their service. You know what I'm saying? Sit back and look at it, right? Oh, they got the tithes and all this here, but the things that they were getting did not compare to the fact that their whole life was dedicated to God. They did nothing else other than that. You know what I'm saying? That was what they did from sun up to sundown, 7 days a week. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say dudes they don't really want to preach for real. They just want to accolade because they're not willing. If they had to sit back and look at it, if you had to bring the word or deal with things pertaining to the word 7 days a week, most of you be like, nah, I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? I won't do that. Because you really want to play. And most of these men had jobs and vineyards and all kinds of stuff they were working while they were doing the service. Go ahead.
Isaiah 66. It says, thus says Yahuwah, the heaven is my throne and the earth is my footstool.
Mm-hmm.
Where is the house that he built unto me?
Where's the house he built unto me?
And where is the place that is on my rest?
Well, hold on, y'all. Where is the house that he built and where is his rest? Who knows? Who knows where's the house that he built and where's the place of his rest? Don't nobody know what house it is he built? You don't know what house that he built up? He said no. We'll go to Amos 9 and 11. Go to the Huh? Yes, he did. Maybe who? No. That's not the house he built. Amos 9 and 11. We not the house he built. He built one.
In that day I will raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen. The tabernacle of David that is fallen.
That is fallen? Hold on. You know, we were talking about this the other day. And you know, see, I'm telling you something, this is a verse right here that a lot of niggas like to use, right? That's Proverbs 24 and 16. Where it says, a just man falls 7 times and rise again, and they think that's talking about you sinning. That word in Hebrew for fall just means to fall into violence or death or in the trouble or distress. So when he's saying he's going to raise up the tabernacle of David, which is fallen, if we remember what John 2 said, he said when he told them to destroy this temple in 3 days, I'll raise it up again. And they didn't understand what he meant. He said, well, he spoke of the temple of his body. Now this is what Amos is referring to. And when he's talking about fall, it's the same thing. He's talking about falling in trouble or things of that nature. When they say falling 7 times, we're talking about the 7 abominations and proverbs that he hates. The people did that to him. All 7 of those abominations, they did that to him. He died, but then he rose from the dead because of that. And Amos is trying to back it up. Go ahead.
I will raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it up as the days of old.
As the days of old? Well, what were the days of old then? If he's going to build it up as the days of old, let's just go back to John 17 when he said, Father, restore me to have the glory that I had with you before the world was. He made him back like what he was in the beginning. That's why we read in John, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word with was Elohim. But then the Word became flesh and became a man. Then he died and resurrected to go back to what he was before he started. So when we look at where is the place of my rest, where's the house that I built, Hebrews 8 and 1. We'll see that Hamashiach is the house that he built. And that's the house that he dwells. And then Hamashiach sent forth priests or ministers to serve him, to serve his body, which is the servant. And that's why a lot of people ain't got no business preaching the word, period, because you ain't part of his body, you ain't in his house, he ain't told you to do nothing, you just a nigga looking for a job. You just can't walk on somebody's job and start working and expect to get a paycheck. You know what I'm saying? That's what dudes do. I'm gonna work for y'all. Really? I'm telling you, again, see, I told you before, go to McDonald's, start dropping fries, see if you can take at the end of the week. They gonna look at you like, sir, you don't work here. Go out of the hospital and talk about, I need some IVs and this, that, and the third. Sir, you don't work. Matter of fact, security. You know what they gonna do? Cast out the storm. Cast out the ball on you. You don't work here. I never hired you. I don't know you. He said, we did many wonderful works in your name. We prophesied in your name. Get away from me. I don't know you. I never hired you. You took that upon your own volition. I appreciate you. My name got spread nevertheless. But I don't know you, cuz. You ain't getting no check from me. Go ahead. Oh, that's a killer right there. That's a hurt. You let all these rules tell it. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
I need Hebrews 8:1.
Now the things which we have spoken this is the sum.
This is the completion of it.
We have such a high priest who is set on the right hand of the throne of
Did they say that Aaron was a high priest and that all the Levites served him? Same thing tell you. We got a high priest up there sitting in heaven doing what? What is that?
a minister of the sanctuary,
A servant of the sanctuary.
of the true tabernacle,
The truth, which is what?
which who has pitched and not man.
Not man.
For every high priest is ordained to offer gifts and
That's
sacrifices.
good right there, right? So that means this was a temple made without hands. So he said, where's the temple that you made for me? Where's the place of my rest? You didn't make no temple for me. I made one. Come on, what was it? 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 16. So what we did with it, and we try to speed up a little bit, is that his body, is that he sent the apostles when he told them to preach the word is, now I'm the Aaron, the high priest, you the Levites who serve me. Now go serve my body, which is the people. Or serve the tabernacle, because it's dwelling place. Because he seeks a place to dwell, and that's to dwell in the people. And then the job they're doing in that is to bring reconciliation. Go ahead. 2 Corinthians 6 and 16.
And what agreement hath the temple of Elohim with idols? For ye are the temple of the living Elohim. And Elohim has said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their Elohim, and they shall be my people.
So before that, we could be the dwelling place, so Mashiach had to be that. He had to prepare a place. And that was his son. Well, let's look at the job of the priest in that dwelling place, how they serve. 2 Corinthians 5, and make it 17. And then we'll come back to number 3.
Therefore, if any man be in the Mashiach, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away.
That's how we know a lot of these dudes ain't in the Mashiach, but they still doing the same stuff. Still think the same way, still live the same way, still move the same way. Go ahead.
Behold, all things are become new. And all things are of Elohim, who has reconciled us to himself by using our Mashiach, and has given to us the ministry of reconciliation.
So the service of reconciling the people, or the service to the tabernacle to bring the people back to him. Go ahead.
To wit, that Elohim was in the Mashiach, reconciling the world unto himself, not imputing their trespasses unto them, and have committed unto us the word of reconciliation. Now then, we are ambassadors for the Mashiach, as though Elohim did beseech you by us. We pray you in the Mashiach's stead, be ye reconciled to Elohim. For he hath made him to be sin for us, who knew no sin, that we might be made the righteousness of Elohim in him.
That's why most people don't want to get right. They don't want to reconcile. They want to keep doing what they're doing. They want to reconcile with him on their own terms. We come back to Numbers chapter 3. We call it in verse 7. We just had to deal with that the Levites, because we're on a different priesthood. We ain't really dealt with that priesthood real hard. Under the priesthood of Aaron, you could only be a Levite. If you were a Levite, you couldn't teach the word. But under the priesthood of Melchizedek, there is no tribe affiliation. So it don't matter what tribe you're a part of. It's just on the fact of, did Aaron choose you unto himself to minister unto? Have you been chosen by Aaron to minister unto Aaron? Or to serve a Mashiach? Therefore, if you serve in the Mashiach, then you serve in the tabernacle. You serve in the tabernacle, then you serve in the people. And everybody, and you can tell when you look at the people not serving the people, because they're not giving them counsel. They're not giving them the word. They just want the fame. They want the name, and they want whatever else that they can get out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody ain't skilled enough to get this word up in school, nobody. That's why you got so many people floating around here stupid. That's why you got so many different prevailing doctors and teachers and followers that you have, because everybody pick it up. I know it's funny, I didn't even realize it. You know, Dr. York's son got locked up the other day. Y'all know, you knew who Dr. York is, right? This nigga that lectured all the children in Georgia. He's a real big dude. His son got locked up for beating a 5-year-old and burning the 5-year-old hands with hot water. That's what he was accused of. Yeah, that was him the whole time. I ain't even realize it was him. I seen so many people sharing the story, and I ain't know his real name. I just know that name. No, Malachi York ain't even Malachi York name. If I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? That's just what he called himself. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think that's his cousin. I don't think that's his birth name. He may have changed his name to Malachi D. York, but I don't think that's his birth name. And I'm trying to remember that just from me reading his scroll when I was younger. I think he mentioned what his real name. He changed his name so many times. You know what I'm saying? He was Imam's son and this, that, and the third. You know, that nigga was spaced out. I remember. What? That nigga had a whole thing in East Georgia with pyramids on it and all, touching all the people's church. And they still follow to this day. He pled guilty to 135 counts of child molestation. He didn't go to trial and lose. He said, I touched the church. So I'm not going to argue with it. Yeah, in the feds, like I said. But I think we went to the feds in 2003. Like, this ain't this happened. Even though now it seems like, because that was 14 years ago. He look here, right? If I got accused of molesting church, you see what Michael Jackson did. You don't have to give that charge, cuz I ain't touching the church. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to give that. Well, that nigga went in front of them people and said, my nigga, I did that to 135 different churches. Wow. So he innocent. He innocent. Nigga, can't nobody make you take a plea agreement. They gave you a life sentence for pleading out, so you might as well went to trial and go to hell for what you mean. So that made me believe me. That's what like man. Yeah, but see, my thing is though, if you did do it, because he said saying he do it, his people saying he do it. Well, if he do it, he gonna let him put the key in him. You know what I'm talking about? But he didn't say he didn't do it. He said that nigga did say he said he was playing guilty and say he didn't do it. That nigga playing guilty and say he didn't do it. Then you signed the plea agreement, cuz. Yeah, he played out to 100. He did not go to trial and lose. Bro, that number was on the front page. I don't know if on the first or second page of the Metro section here. Man, we have been reading about Malachi York, bro, since 97. This was in 03. You know what I'm talking about? Bro, we had never seen Dr. Malachi York in no mainstream publication nowhere till he got jammed up on that right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, what if I don't put Malachi York in the paper? We wasn't on that right over, and I got locked up. Nigga, Merari was reading one of his books. You know what I'm saying? 360 questions to ask the Hebrew Israelite. That's what we were reading the day I called the case up in prison. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, this man had numerous, but we read all types of stuff in this dude. You know what I'm talking about? This nigga touch the truth. This nigga touch the truth. And now his son locked up for burn. How you take a 5-year-old hand and run up under hot water under a faucet? I hope to see, because he ain't been convicted of it and he ain't pled guilty to it. So right now you just been accused. I'm not gonna say you did that. You know what I'm saying? I just hope you ain't do that. What? I wouldn't care what he did. He ain't did nothing of that. You get a ruler in Papa's hand. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Get a ring crack in Papa's hand. Run his hand up under hot water. Yeah. You torturing a little boy. Ain't nothing a 5-year-old could have did to make you do that. Maybe some grown people might could have did something to make you want to do that. Ain't nothing a 5-year-old could have did to make you do nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? We just seen a little dude playing guilty for killing his old lady or a little baby. Like, that wasn't even his baby. I'm talking about, and I think cuz got like 30 years. He played out too. You know, somebody, I forgot why he said he beat the little girl. They say he beat the girl so bad they don't even know why she died, what she died from. Yeah. Because he beat on the floor. Shoot, that's what little kids do. I mean, that's what little kids do. They urinate. unexpectedly. You know what I'm talking about? Unexpectedly. I told you I got a homeboy, he might just be coming home. Well, he was a little big up against the wall back in 99. Oh, yeah. Huh? When his baby was babysitting his old lady baby. Baby wouldn't stop crying. So brother grabbed the little baby. Huh? I said, golly, man. They say because she was crying? No. And the word for was that I made it no better. She was made a little more. So she had this complete stuff. He just was the one that she figured you sit around here and watch my kid while I go do whatever it is that I'm doing. Whether it's going to work or running the street or whatever she got going on. You know what I'm saying? You know where in the world, but I'm not watching your children boy unless he got like about a dog. He's just getting ready to come home. This was in 99, he called like a dog. Now he might be out there, you be about 17 on that dog. 85. But my thing is this, I'm not watching no woman churn except she got my last name. Then that's my job then. You know what I mean? Different. But that's what you messing up at. You be messing with dudes, and the dudes don't look at the kids like, that's mine.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? They look at it as, that's her baby. I don't care nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to look at it, you love the mama, then you love the child. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that, but dudes just sit back and look at it as, I know